Welcome to another intriguing episode where we delve into the paradoxes of innovation. Today we're going to talk about 10 individuals who, tragically, were killed by their own creations. From the annals of history, we unearth tales of extraordinary minds and their groundbreaking inventions that, ironically, led to their untimely demise. These stories serve as stark reminders of the unpredictability of innovation and how the pursuit of progress can sometimes have unexpected and even tragic consequences. We will journey through different eras, exploring the lives of these remarkable individuals and the inventions that marked their end. From execution devices and ill-fated ships to aviation failures and deadly experiments, these tales span a wide spectrum of innovation. So brace yourself for a voyage into the past, where brilliance and misfortune often walked hand in hand. Stay tuned as we unravel these uncanny tales of brilliance and misfortune. The first innovator on our list is James Douglas, involved in the creation of the Maiden execution device. This tale brings us to the grim world of the 16th century, where the Maiden, a terrifying beheading device, was introduced. James Douglas, part of the Scottish nobility, played a significant role in its creation. Crafted from wood and iron, the Maiden was designed to be a swift and efficient method of execution. Douglas, however, couldn't have predicted the cruel twist of fate waiting for him. He too would come to know the cold, unforgiving embrace of the Maiden. His political schemes caught up with him, and he found himself on the wrong side of the law. In a grimly poetic turn, Douglas was sentenced to death, his life to be ended by the very contraption he helped bring into existence. The day arrived, and Douglas met his end just as many before him had, at the hands of the Maiden. A grim tale indeed, where the creator met his end by his own creation. Next on our list is Thomas Andrews, the designer of the ill-fated RMS Titanic. This Irishman was the managing director and head of the drafting department of the shipbuilding company Harland & Wolff in Belfast. He was known for his attention to detail and commitment to quality. Thomas Andrews was the man behind the design of the Titanic, the so-called unsinkable ship. In April of 1912, he was aboard the Titanic for its maiden voyage. As we all know, the ship collided with an iceberg in the North Atlantic Ocean and began to sink. Andrews was last seen in the first-class smoking room, making no attempt to save himself. Instead, he was reportedly seen staring at a painting, Plymouth Harbor, above the fireplace. His death was as dramatic as it was tragic. He perished with the ship he had so meticulously designed. This was an instance where the inventor's faith in his creation led to his own demise. A tragic irony where the architect perished with his masterpiece. Moving on, we have Aurel Vlaicu, a Romanian aviation pioneer. With an unquenchable thirst for the skies, Vlaicu was a man who lived and breathed aviation. His passion led him to design his own airplane, an ambitious endeavor for anyone, let alone a man in the early 20th century. Vlaicu was not just a dreamer, he was a doer. He devoted every waking moment to his project, meticulously crafting every detail of his plane. He was not just building an aircraft, he was building his dream. The plane was his magnum opus, his life's work. But the skies, as beautiful as they are, can also be cruel. On a fateful day, Vlaicu's dream turned into a nightmare. His plane, the culmination of his life's work, crashed. It was a tragic event that shook the world of aviation. Vlaicu, the man who dared to defy gravity, was gone. Aurel Vlaicu's story is a stark reminder of the risks that come with innovation. His death was a loss to the world, but his spirit lives on. His passion for aviation, his determination to succeed, and his courage in the face of adversity continue to inspire generations. A sad end to a man who dared to soar the skies. Our next innovators are Henry Smolinski and Hal Blake, creators of the AV Mizar. This dynamic duo sought to revolutionize transportation by merging the convenience of a car with the thrill of flight. The AV Mizar, often referred to as the Flying Pinto, was their brainchild, a hybrid between an automobile and an aircraft. This ambitious invention captured the imagination of many, painting a picture of a future where traffic jams would be a thing of the past. However, this dream was not to be. During a test flight in the year 1973, disaster struck. The car-plane hybrid plummeted from the skies, tragically claiming the lives of both Smolinski and Blake. This event served as a grim reminder of the risks associated with pushing the boundaries of innovation. A tragic example of how innovation can sometimes lead to unforeseen disaster. Number 6 on our list is Valerian Abakovski and his Aerowagon. In the early 20th century, Valerian Abakovski, a Soviet engineer, aimed to revolutionize transportation with his invention, the Aerowagon. This was no ordinary vehicle. The Aerowagon was a high-speed railcar fitted with an airplane propeller, designed to transport Soviet officials rapidly across the vast expanses of Russia. Abakovski's vision was as audacious as it was innovative. He sought to fuse the best of aviation and rail technology, creating a new breed of transport that could conquer distance with speed. The Aerowagon was a testament to this dream. It was a machine of steel and steam, driven by the force of an airplane propeller. But the dream was short-lived. On its maiden voyage, the Aerowagon derailed and crashed, killing everyone on board, including Abakovski himself. The tragedy marked a premature end to what could have been a transformative invention, an unfortunate end to a bold venture. Next, we have Max Valier, an early rocket scientist. Max was a pioneer in the field of rocket propulsion, fascinated by the idea of using rockets for space travel. He was one of the founding members of the Verein für Raumschifffahrt, or the Spaceflight Society, an organization dedicated to advancing rocket technology. Valier's relentless pursuit of knowledge and innovation led him to experiment with liquid rocket fuels. He believed that these fuels held the key to creating more powerful rockets capable of reaching outer space. But his ambitious experiments were not without risks. In 1930, while working on a new liquid-fueled rocket engine, an unfortunate incident occurred. The rocket exploded, causing a shard of metal to strike Valier, leading to his untimely demise. His death was a stark reminder of the inherent dangers of rocket science, but it also highlighted his unwavering commitment to pushing the boundaries of what was known and possible. Max Valier's contributions to rocket science continue to inspire scientists and engineers today, despite the tragic circumstances of his death. His legacy is a testament to the risks inventors take in the pursuit of progress. A tragic loss to the world of rocket science. Our 8th innovator is Frederick Duesenberg, known for his high-quality race cars. Frederick Duesenberg was a man with a passion for speed and a knack for engineering. He and his brother, August, were the brains behind the Duesenberg Automobile and Motors Company. Their high-quality race cars were the epitome of luxury and performance, becoming symbols of prestige in the Roaring '20s. Duesenberg's cars were not just about style, they were also about speed. They dominated the racetracks, winning the Indianapolis 500 multiple times. But as fate would have it, the man who built his name on speed met a tragic end on the road. In July 1932, Frederick Duesenberg was involved in a high-speed car crash. Despite the best medical care of the era, he succumbed to his injuries several months later. His death marked the end of an era, but his legacy lives on. The Duesenberg name still resonates with car enthusiasts around the world, a testament to the enduring quality of his work. A sad end to a man who revolutionized the race car industry. Last but not least, we have Li Si, a Chinese legalist. A man of fierce intellect and conviction, Li Si was a central figure in the formation of the Qin dynasty, China's first imperial dynasty. But his legacy is not without its shadowy corners. Among his many contributions was the invention of a cruel and brutal execution method, known as the 5 pains. This method was as gruesome as it sounds. The 5 pains began with the nose being cut off, followed by a hand, then a foot, and culminated in a brutal ending that we won't detail here. Shockingly, it was this very method that Li Si himself would one day face. In a twist of fate, Li Si was accused of treason and sentenced to die by his own invention. The creator of the 5 pains was subjected to the 5 pains, a chilling climax to his story. It's a stark reminder that the tools we create can sometimes become our own downfall. A chilling tale of a man who fell victim to his own invention. And there you have it, 10 individuals whose innovations led to their untimely deaths. Each tale, from James Douglas and his Maiden execution device, to Li Si and the brutal execution method known as the 5 pains, is a stark reminder of the paradoxes of innovation. We've seen the unsinkable Titanic and its designer, Thomas Andrews, succumb to the icy depths, We've witnessed Aurel Vlaicu, Henry Smolinski, and Hal Blake meet their end amidst the wreckage of their own flying machines. We followed Valerian Abakovski's Aerowagon on its fatal maiden voyage and watched as Max Valier's rocket science experiments exploded into disaster. And we've mourned Frederick Duesenberg, who died in one of his own high-quality race cars. These stories underscore the risks and rewards of pushing boundaries, of the audacious spirit of inventors, and the sometimes tragic consequences of their creations. We hope you found these tales enlightening. Don't forget to subscribe to Unbelievable Top 10 for more intriguing content. Until next time, stay curious, stay vigilant.